welcome back, world, to another episode of the Hollywood Kippax podcast. I'm your co-host with the co-host Alex Miller. Joined with me, as always, is Will Lopez. Will, how did that Champions League final go down?
Well, I mean, it didn't go the way we wanted it to go with us
No,
featuring in it.
no.
But man, oh man, I can't say, I really can't say Borussia didn't do a good job. They had the chances, but it's just something about that motherfucking Real Madrid in the second half, man. It never fails. But
Yeah,
yeah, man.
I mean, I. The thing is that Dortmund had a reputation for being a very defensive-minded club,
Yeah,
and like in order to play defensive, you got to put away at least one chance, do a 1-0, and then play like rock solid defense.
yeah,
Um, they owned Real Madrid in that first half. Real Madrid didn't have a shot on goal the entire first half.
no.
That one inside, the one shot where it hit inside the post, off the post, uh, came back to haunt them. And then Real Madrid's game turns on like the 70th minute,
Yeah,
and they got two FIFA goals, and they, once again win a 15th Champions League title. But like I was watching it at the bar in San Diego because me and my girlfriend were in San Diego
yeah,
running the half marathon, and we went to the Princess Pub in Little Italy, and like soon as that happened, we just like we got our checks and bounced before the celebrations happened. There's some Madrid fans there and stuff, and I'm just like, I just hate to see that team win. But
yep.
like, you gotta give it hands off. That Real Madrid team just found ways to win all season long,
Mm-hmm.
and they have those just moments of magic. And just the fact that they're getting Mbappe next year is just going to make that team like they're the team to beat. Really, City are still up there. You know what I mean? Like we can still give them a challenge, but that team with Mbappe now is going to be like Ghost Galacticos Part Two. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
It's just like it's just you hate to see it, really, though.
I'm hoping that it's I'm hoping that it's a wrench in what is the oiled machine that is Real Madrid. You know what I mean? Sometimes, I mean, you could see an Mbappe move and be like, "Oh, that's it, it's over," or it can be maybe the worst thing that ever happened to Real Madrid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we'll just have to wait and see, man. But
Are you
yeah,
saying
I
are you
saw.
saying that Mbappe is going to have a Harry Kane effect on Real Madrid?
Yes, yes, I'm sorry. You heard it here first.
You heard it here first. Real Madrid's going to be cursed because of because of killing Mbappe. Um, but enough of that. I don't want to talk about that anymore. So we got a stacked episode for you. So this is our first episode postseason. We're changing up the title of the episode to "Summer in the City."
I saw that.
Uh, so we are rebranding in the summertime so that so Hollywood Kippax technically the official episodes ended. We ended at like season 90, episode 91. So we're really close to 100 episodes for Hollywood Kippax, and technically we would be hitting 100 episode 100 this summer, but we're kind of putting that on hold so that our episode 100 will be in the fall. So so these episodes really don't count towards our total. So, but we're still bringing you guys content all summer long. This is the
Of
first
course.
episode, and this episode we're going to be going through Man City's season highs and lows, and then presenting our inaugural Kippies. So we
Kippy
got this idea,
Awards.
we Kippy Award. So we got this idea from The Office, but also like in Hollywood, there's this there's an alternate Oscars called the Razzies where they present the awards for the worst of the Oscar season. So we're giving away awards for the best and worst of Man City season. So we, on this podcast we're connoisseurs of comedy, so there's some awards in there that are positives, but also some things that we can laugh at with our team because City are humans and there are some funny things about the squad.
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
but we got a lot to get through, so let's get right into it. Okay, so Will, I'm going to take you down memory lane this and go through Man City season. This today I was doing my research and went through all of City's fixtures and results, and we're just going to discuss the season from start to finish. Okay, so we're gonna take it straight from the top. We're gonna go all the way back to the Community Shield last year, where City lost to Arsenal in penalties. Uh, Jog your mind, Will. What was your thoughts about that Community Shield loss?
That was our first in person our first in person podcast day. Fuck. Well, what can I? Who scored? Oh my God, that was the deflection score, right?
There was a handball call on Jack Grealish.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay, yeah. Man, I can't really remember much, but I remember it was a very sad day for us because we thought we were gonna beat that ass. But I mean, the Community Shield, it's not that much of a big title to have, but I mean, it's something for the fans. So should have won it, could have, would have, but we did it. So yeah, I mean, that's all I could say about that, brother.
I mean,
Fucking
I
Jack
think
Grealish.
I think you always want to win the Community Shield, but when you're not winning,
Yeah.
um, yeah, it doesn't really matter. So like you kind of write it off, but yeah. So it was you know unfortunate. Arsenal gets the Community Shield, but City goes on a 6-game unbeaten run to start the season.
Yes.
So I remember back in this unbeaten run, I kind of got um, confident in saying that even that City were going to go on some kind of invincibles run in the first
Yeah.
6 games. I
Oh
made
yeah.
that bold prediction, but because City looked good in the first 6 games, City were winning all those games, and it just seemed like, dude, I think the season's going to be another Centurion season, perfect season. You know what I mean? But I think what tore a hole in the space time continuum was when Rodri was sent off against Nottingham Forest for choking Gibbs White,
That's right.
and it was kind of one of the themes of this season was that if no Rodri, no party. If Rodri's not playing, we're losing. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yep.
So, and that proved to be true because the next 2 games we dropped. We lost to Wolves 2-1 on September 30th. Diaz had an own goal. And then we lost to Arsenal 1-0 on October 8th. You remember those games, Will?
Yes. Very, very fondly because that's when we were linking up at the studio to watch these games.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, those were the first 2 losses of the season. And you could see that without Rodri, we were really, our team was different. You know what I'm saying?
It,
So,
if you go back and watch those episodes, oh my God, we were like, it was like if it was raining in the goddamn studio, dude. We
yeah.
were just all down in the dumps. Like, is this the kind of content where we're gonna be giving away? Is fucking us losing? You know,
Yeah.
it was bad, dude.
I mean,
But
you kind of got to go through the shit to get to the good content because, like, I mean,
yes,
we delivered the goods on different episodes this season, but like, we needless to say, our we started off with a terrible record in person. You know what I mean? Like, I think we had
yeah,
like it took us a while. Like, the only game that we had won for a while was like against United,
3-0.
which
That's right.
yeah, which when the next game we beat United 3-0. Holland had a brace and Foden had one. You remember that Manchester derby, Will?
Yes. I remember your brother joined us, and Patrick from Bit of Banter joined us on the live to watch that game.
Yeah,
Oh, we were chugging beers every goal.
yeah,
Oh man, yeah, those were the good days.
yeah. Um, a game that quickly followed after that was the Man City 6-1 against Bournemouth, where Doku had 5 goal involvements.
Oh yeah,
You remember that, Will?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that was like the entrance of Doku to
That's
being.
when we started crushing on him.
Well, no, we didn't start crushing on it. That was the episode I mean, obviously, no one had bad words to say about him in that game. But then the games that kind of followed, that's when we started ripping on Doku,
Yeah,
and like for a long time, it seemed like Doku, like that game was like his curtain call, really. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And then like there wasn't really a lot of things happening, but I think he was one of the top late season players for us. You know what I mean? Like he just found a groove after like Real Madrid, and like he turned his game around. But there was a long time between that Bournemouth game and say Real Madrid where he just was struggling to find form. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah. Then we played Chelsea and drew 4-4 in a beach ball match. You know what I mean? Like there was total of 8 goals. We were given what was it? We were Cole Palmer, you know what I mean? I think he scored the goal that leveled the score, right? At the end 4-4,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Which I totally skipped over this, but we need to talk about the Super Cup because the Super Cup happened not too long after the Community Shield, and
Against
that's
Sevilla, right?
Sevilla, yeah. And Cole Palmer was the one who helped propel us to victory in that game because he scored a goal in regulation and it went to penalties, but we won 5-4 in penalties.
That's
But
right.
that's where we first saw the the genius of Cole Palmer. Well, I mean, we saw some moments of genius probably before that, but that was a big moment for Cole Palmer. And but like as I said, the squad was congested. There was a lot of room for him. And so basically the club gave him like an option to leave, and he was like, "Well, I want to stay, but if I need to leave, I'll leave." So left, then had this season with Chelsea where he was rated the young player of the year by the FA. So yeah, but totally did not mention the Super Cup victory, but that was one of the
That's
5
right.
trophies that we won that season. I
Yes,
won
sir.
that year. Yeah. So yeah, we drew Chelsea 4-4. Then we drew Liverpool 1-1, and that was the game when the TAA did the sush. Remember that game? Well,
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. When Trent Alexander-Arnold, right?
yeah, but that was at home. And then December 4th, I believe, was when we faced Tottenham. That was when I went to go see the Treble trophies, and
That's
I was at
right.
the watch party for Man City versus Tottenham, where the game ended in a draw 3-3, and that was that late Kulusevski goal that drew the game. You remember that game, Will?
Yeah, that was a header, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. Damn,
So yeah.
that's crazy.
Then a few days after that, we play Villa. We lose to Villa 1-0. Bailey scores a goal, and we
Again.
lose. Yeah. Then it kind of starts a nightmarish run of form because we do beat Luton Town 2-1 for a little bit some days later after that. But then we drew Crystal Palace 2-2 on December 16th. You remember that draw, Will?
Yes, I remember that too.
Yeah,
Damn. Who scored to tie that? Was that Eze? Or
I believe so. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
Damn.
I was actually listening to Bit of Banter's last episode, and Patrick from Bit of Banter said that Crystal Palace match was where he wrote off City's title hopes in that match.
I remember that. Yes.
I mean, I think at that point there was a little bit of panic with some City fans saying that, like, you mean, if we draw 2-2, like to Crystal Palace, like, we're not sure if we're going to be able to go on and win.
Hmm.
But I mean, I think December is typically a time when City uh, kind of fall into a bad form, maybe drop a few games, and they're
Yeah.
sitting kind of outside the top 4. But then they click in the form in January and they go on some 20-30 game unbeaten run to win the league, which we did. Um, let's see. Right at that Crystal Palace match, we go to the Club World Cup. City advanced to the final. We beat Fluminense 4-0, and to make us the best team in the land and the world. Well, you remember that Club World Cup final?
Yes, I do remember that. That's when we had what's his name? Crunk from Shades of Blue on before the night
Yeah,
of the game. Yes, and we blew by them with grace.
yeah. But that's what gave us our Club World Cup patch that we're
Yes.
still repping to this day.
Yes.
So, but yeah, and then I believe that Club World Cup is the last Club World Cup in that format because next summer, 25, the Club World Cup is coming to America and it's going to be in a tournament fashion. So, and you have to like qualify it through ranking. So, yeah, but this is the end of it where the champions of each area of FIFA play in this Club World Cup style tournament. So, yeah. Uh, moving ahead, after the Club World Cup, we play two fixtures in the same week. We beat Everton 3-1, and then we beat Southampton 2-0. And Will, you predicted both of those matches.
I do remember that.
Yeah.
I do remember that. I was on the money on both those back-to-back games.
Yeah. So we had the video receipts to confirm that result. But yeah, you predicted those two matches right following the Club World Cup, and then we get to early January where we play Newcastle. We find ourselves down 2-1 to Newcastle. And then KDB makes his first appearance back, and he basically propels us to victory because he gets a goal that levels it, and then gets the assist to Oscar Bob, who finishes and makes the game 3-2. We salvaged that result. How looking back on it, how important was that result?
Super, super, super. That could have been that that would have been the one to really make us think about if we were gonna win the title or not, because that was a nail biter. And just the way Kevin De Bruyne came back and connected with one of the academy players,
Mm-hmm.
it was just amazing to watch. And everybody remembers that game, brother. I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
That game went viral in itself.
yeah. Our reaction to it went viral for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So later in the month, we have an FA Cup fifth round match against Tottenham away, and we beat Tottenham 1-0 at Hotspur Stadium. We score our first goal at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium on a set piece. KDB kicks it to Ake. Ake heads it in, and we break the curse. Will, how important was that win in the long term of things too?
Shit, to break the curse and keep the title dream alive was fucking the treble dream alive, brother.
Yeah.
God damn it, we couldn't even say treble throughout the whole podcast. Remember?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and just for Nathan Naki to get that little flick off the head was insane, bro. And we lifted the curse, so that was very very important, dude. What a
Yeah.
game!
Well,
Yeah,
it's important for this, because the second to last match of the season was against Tottenham away, and you know we will be talking about that result. But I think just when I was going through all these results, I think one result that also was very very important that we won was that we beat Brentford away 3-1 on February 5th. Brentford away was also a banana peel for us. Our record against Brentford away is not that good. So, do you remember that match, Will?
was that Ivan Tony's first game back?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah, I think he scored a. Did he score a free kick on us? I don't remember. Damn, I don't remember that, but yeah, I remember that it started getting down to the nitty gritty. It started getting down to the nitty gritty because Kevin De Bruyne wasn't starting every game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this is when Phil Foden was going off. These were the consistency days. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When he was just going off, and oh man, that was beautiful, dude. That was fucking beautiful. It's the this is barely like the end of the first phase, right?
Like the first half of the season.
Yes.
Yeah, barely. Well, we're about a month in now,
Yeah.
so it's kind of early days, but
Huh.
February is the start of the business end of the season. Then following that result, March 3rd, we beat United again on the reverse fixture 3-1. Foden scores a brace. Haaland has one. You remember that one, Will?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We whooped on that ass, and that was good. That was a good one. Phil Foden, baby.
Yeah.
Consistency.
Another important match following that one was City drew Liverpool 1-1 at Anfield. This was billed as the last dance between Jurgen Klopp and Pep Guardiola.
That's right.
Um, and it did end in a draw. I think a lot of us wanted to win for that one, but a draw was all what we got. How important though was that result though?
Um, we didn't drop points, but we did give Arsenal a chance to get in first place with that loss. I mean, with that tie. So
Yeah,
that's when pretty much Liverpool and City looked at each other and saw Arsenal, making their way to their title dream.
yeah. Well, they at this point Liverpool's dreams was still very much alive. People were
Yeah,
still rating Liverpool to win the league,
to be the
but
favorite. Yeah,
lo and behold, the last three 2 weeks of the season was self-immolation for them. But anyhow, uh, City come back. Well, I mean, sometime past April 3rd, City beat Villa 4-1, which was important because we lost them in the first fixture away
yeah,
at Villa Park. But then we beat Villa 4-1, and I believe Foden had the hat trick in this game.
yes, sir.
Yeah. Um, then City drew Arsenal. Well, okay, we'll walk it back because I think my notes I got this one wrong. But before the Villa result, we drew Arsenal at home 0-0. I think this match was very critical for us because I think Arsenal was content to get the draw, but they really needed to have beaten us in the long run to have to for their title host. But because they didn't beat us, that still kind of didn't do. Looking back on it, they should have beat us. What do you think about that?
Yeah, that was the deflection that tied the game, and then that's when they started celebrating like they won the goddamn title. I do remember that, and I think who scored was it Saliba?
No, no one scored. It was a draw. It ended 0-0.
Oh shit! I thought it ended 1-1.
No.
Oh, I guess that was me. All right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I do remember that. I think the celebration I'm talking about was for the community shield. Then,
Yeah.
damn, dude. Yeah, I don't remember that one that much, brother. Not
Well,
that one.
I remember that one. I mean, I remember Arsenal being just playing like they're scared shitless. Like you could see the streaks of crap in their pants. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
they were absolutely afraid to play us well. You know what I mean? So they were not going to concede, but they didn't really have anything going forward, and they thought that playing us to a draw would would be okay. We could, you know what I mean? But I think in the long run, playing us to a draw didn't help their title chances. I think they needed to have beaten us to win that title. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but they didn't. They drew to us. We haven't really talked a lot about City's Champions League season, but we're now around the time of the quarterfinal. But I mean, from what I remember, is that the champion we kind of breezed through the group stage, we breezed through the knockout stage, but I was unfortunate that we got a draw in the quarterfinal to Real Madrid, which it's also important to point out that in the future of future formats of the Champions League starting next year, we would never get Real Madrid until the final.
Mm.
So because of the ranking system that how that factors in now to seeds and stuff like that. But for future things, we would never get Real Madrid in a quarterfinal. But we got them in a quarterfinal this year, and it looked like it was going the same way it went in the like last year when we drew them in the first leg, and then we were going to take it back to to the Etihad and beat them, but it wasn't to be. So it ended in penalties. So Will, what was your reaction to City getting knocked out by Real Madrid?
Man, I feel like when a grenade goes off in the in the movies in the army movies, the marine movies, and it's that noise that beep, and they're
Yeah,
just walking
the
around
ring.
looking at silence. And
Yeah.
when everything's that's how I felt when we lost, bro. I just looked around. I'm just like, oh my god.
The opening scene to like Saving Private Ryan when he's on D-Day and he's like just like you hear the ringing. It's like, what do we do now, sir?
Yeah,
What do we
exactly,
do?
dude. That's exactly how I felt, brother. And it was just like, man, I can't believe it.
I
And
mean, Yeah, I mean, I was stunned that we lost to Real Madrid. I thought we were the best team in Europe, and but that Real Madrid team, that that went on to win the Champions League. They one thing that I got to give them credit is that they found ways to win matches. You know what I mean? Like they just found ways to win all the time. And whether they did it in ways that was like where they outright beat opponents or they just beat people in penalties, you know what I mean? They were
Yeah,
capable of getting that result no matter which way they were going to get it. And unfortunately, penalties is really not City's strong suit. I mean, like if you take a look at it, we lost in the Community Shield in penalties. We won the Super Cup in penalties, but
oh,
like really like we don't really have a good history with and going with winning things in penalties. So and there was some mistakes too, like but Silva
the
missed one.
Bernardo penalty, dude.
Yeah,
He just kicked it right in the middle to the fucking goalie, dude, to Luna, and he just caught it like, oh, thanks, bro. You know
yeah,
what I mean? Like, yep. Let's
yeah.
move on to the next one.
So yeah, so City are knocked out, double treble dashed. But we move on because the goal was the four consecutive Premier League titles.
Yeah.
But the domestic double's still on. Uh, so now we're getting down to the last three fixtures of the season. So City beat Fulham away 4-0 on May 11th, which was the game
Yes.
before the Tottenham match. This one I think was important as well because um, Fulham away could be a banana peel because Fulham is a small stadium. They have a small allotment for away fans. Like the ticket allotments for away fans are small. So the Fulham fans can really smother any team that comes through there, especially the City, and control the atmosphere and make it really difficult for City to get the result. But City get a 4-0 result. Um, and then that takes us to the Tottenham match, which is really where the season was won. You know what I mean? I think looking back on it, City beat Tottenham 2-0, and I think we can all, applaud Haaland for getting the goal that got us on the board. I forgot who scored the second goal. But I think the moment that saved us was the one-on-one breakaway, Son going towards goal, and Stefan
Oh,
Ortega saves the shot that basically could have leveled the game and could have changed the game, but Stefan Ortega, our handy dandy reliable backup keeper, just as good as Ederson, help saves the shot, and the rest is then we go on to win the game. But what was your thoughts on that Tottenham match? Looking back, Will.
um, these guys are playing. The Everybody online was thinking that they were gonna throw the game, and hell no, they didn't. It was a lot of injuries in that game. We almost had another KDB scare. Where they fucking sliced them from the back.
Yeah,
Yeah. What's his name got a concussion? Ederson got a concussion in that game,
yeah,
which is
broken eye
really,
socket.
yeah. Oh my god, even worse, a broken eye socket, brother. You know what I mean? And then just for us to come, just to come. I mean, what a fucking game, dude! And it was just all thanks to Ortega for blocking that fucking shot, or else we would have been done.
Yeah,
We would have been done.
yeah. So Haaland gets the brace in that game, the penalty in the 90+1 minute, and we go ahead. We go ahead in the Premier League standings into the last game of the season, and City play West Ham at home and we beat West Ham 3-1, and we go on to win our fourth Premier League title. But in that game, I believe Foden had 2 goals. Was it? Am I correct on that?
Uh,
So he had the opening goal in the minute and a half. Uh,
I think he did score 2 goals.
yeah. Foden scored. Yeah, Foden scored in the second and 18th minute, and then Rodri scored a screamer in the 59th.
Oh, that's right. It was
Yeah,
Rodri. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Kudu scored that goal right before half, where he did the bicycle kick on the set piece,
Oh my God,
which
remember
kind of when we were at the pub, kind of gave Arsenal fans a little bit of hope. But but they were down to Everton 1-0 for a long time. But but needless to say, we secured the result and got the fourth consecutive Premier League title. So, Will, what are your thoughts about City's unrivaled dominance in the Premier League?
that? I mean, we did tie against the big teams, which was kind of like uh-oh, you know?
Yeah,
But I mean, the way we came back in the second half City and to finish off the season the way it went, I mean, I have nothing else to say, but we got the job done, you know? We
yeah.
fucking got the job done and everybody did their part. No, not it wasn't the Halan show this season, brother. You know, it was everybody's season this one.
I
I
think it
mean,
was the Foden show.
yes.
To say the very, I thought at one point, um, that I thought that Foden was like the striker. You know what I mean? Like there was a period of time when Haaland was out and Foden was scoring all the goals, and I'm like, no, Foden's a striker now. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Haaland is, you know what I mean? Just kind of facetiously saying that, but um, this is the Foden show all season. I mean, just the amount of hat tricks he got against certain teams at certain points. You know what I mean? He just totally, dominated, and that's why he's Premier League Player of the Season. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Rightfully so. You pointed out the our top six record. We didn't have a good top six record this season,
No.
but as I maintain on the podcast this season, that you didn't need to really win or do that well against the top six to win.
Yeah.
So like Liverpool, we drew both times. Arsenal, we lost the first leg, we drew the second leg.
Mhm.
Tottenham, we drew the first leg, we won the second leg. United, we won both legs. Chelsea, we
Chelsea.
drew both times.
Yep.
So like it wasn't that great, but we only really lost once to Arsenal in the first leg. So we kind, it's kind of like, you know what I mean? Like it. I mean, I'm trying to think of what we did in the treble season. I mean, I forgot. We beat Arsenal all the times in the treble season. I'm sure we beat Chelsea too. We beat United once, and then I think we lost to Tottenham. We drew and lost to Tottenham that season. So I think we actually had a pretty decent record looking at it. We got a lot of draws in the top six, but still, I mean, that was enough to win the league. Um, yeah. So I mean, to kind of recap though, top crucial moments. I mean, we already kind of mentioned it. The Newcastle match, in my opinion, was what saved our season. If we lost that match, that would have caused a lot of questions about our title chances. Being Brentford away definitely was a big deal. Drawing at Liverpool, and I know this might be controversial to some fans, or this is not just like a not controversial because it was later ruled to be the right call. But you remember that Doku not call when he went studs up into McAllister's chest?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Yes.
and there was like a debate about whether or not that was what's the penalty. I remember doing a tweet at the time saying that non-call might save our season because you never know, that could have been a penalty call and we could have gone. But then it turned out like a few weeks later, I think like whatever the independent review board for Premier League decisions made in games noted that that was the right call to make. So it wasn't really that controversial, but I kind of saw at the time, like, there's in a course of a season, there's a lot of calls that are made or not made that can control the outcome of the season. And like, I think a lot of much ado was made about the VAR calls this made the season, how abysmal the VAR calls were made this year. Like, there was some really abysmal VAR calls, not talking about, not city related, but just around the league. They're just like, oh my God, like the Liverpool situation, Liverpool Tottenham situation,
Yep.
that was where like that they actively like said they made apologies. Like they were literally referees making apologies for decisions and stuff this season. Like it was really bad. I mean, I think they really need to look into how VAR is managed and make it more efficient and more you know, friendly, user friendly, I guess. Like, you know what I mean? Because I just feel like the way they use it is so random and there's not a lot of transparency there.
Mhm. I think I read that there's a petition to try to take VAR away from the
Oh,
next
really?
Premier Season League, and I think they need like every single team to
Sign on.
sign that, yeah, for it to happen.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure about, I'm not aware of any petition, but I know there's definitely probably a lot of rancor with a lot of teams and how VAR is being used. Um, and as we mentioned, drawing against Arsenal, that killed Arsenal. Well, I mean, I don't say it killed Arsenal, but it did definitely. Arsenal needed to beat us to win the league, but they got a draw, a 0-0 draw. So I think that was another crucial moment of the season. And once again, we can't mention it enough, but that Stefan Ortega save really is what saved the season. Really, you know what I mean? Could have been a different outcome if that had not been and stopped. But those are the crucial moments of the season. We get the fourth consecutive Premier League title. We go into the next weekend FA Cup and lose to United 2-1 to and the domestic doubles off the table at that point. But Will, what was your response to that FA Cup loss?
Mm, I don't know if I should keep them to myself, but I remember saying that that was the fakest shit I've ever seen.
Yeah,
There was just something about our players that it just didn't look like it was our team, you know. And yeah, that's just pretty much it, bro. Because the way Kyle Walker and the defense let what's his name? The
Akanji,
the second goal, the
uh,
second goal scorer. He's a young kid.
Garnacho,
No, not Garnacho. He scored the first one. I'm talking about the
Hoyland,
second one. No, uh, I forgot what his name is. Kobe something, right?
Kobe
Or
Manu.
Kobe Mainu. To let him score that easily, without reaction, without any intensity, without any alertness. That's when I was like, oh, dude, this is I don't want to say anything, but it rhymes with frigged. You know what I mean? So, but
I don't
that's just
know.
me.
I think United had way more to play in that match. United players were trying to prove it to the fans for uh, Eric Ten Hag. It was win or get fired. That City has this effect on teams where they can really bring out the best in teams. Like they get psyched up to like play the game of their lives, and this was definitely a different United squad. Even United fans were saying that after the game. It's like, where was this team all season? You know what I mean? Like, why did we not get this team all season? When United had their worst season since they were relegated in 1974, you know what I mean? They finished in eighth place. It was not a good season for them by any standard, and but like it was I guess you would classify it as an upset, you know what I mean? And City being on troubles on what's it on Premier League celebrations, you know what I mean? Whatever state they were in physically, they just weren't up for it. You know what I mean? You could tell they were playing like 80% really,
Yeah,
and as a result, they lost. You know what I mean? But I think any City fan and the organization, we hit the main goal, which is to get the fourth consecutive Premier League title, which no one has ever done in the history of English football. You know what I mean? So, you just kind of shrug. You wish you could have got domestic double, um, but that's just the way things is. That's the way football can be sometimes. But we hit the main goal, and we're here having done something that no other club has done before, and yeah, you know what I'm saying. So
And that's just the way it is. Did-did-din,
Typical
did-did-din,
city. You know what I
did-did-din.
mean? Typical city. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what how it feels to be a city. 4 titles in a row. But that is basically city's season in an overview. Um, was there anything else, Will, that you want to mention from the season?
Just Phil Foden is God. Consistency, consistency, consistency. And it's four in a row, bitches. Four.
Yeah,
One, two, three, four.
we seem really nonplussed about it because we've been here before. But
Yes, exactly.
four, four, baby, four consecutive, and to think that we're going to be going for a fifth. You know what I mean? Like, why not make it five? You know what I
Set the
mean?
bar, baby. Set the bar.
Yeah, I mean, I think every City fan can say that we want to win the Premier League every year, and then Champions League kind of is a nice thing, I guess. But anyhow, all right. So we just went through the entire season, and we're gonna do a speed run through some City news before we get to our award ceremony.
There we
um,
go.
let's just get right through it, Will. So first title, first thing, let's start with the extraordinary Rodrigo to Manchester City. What do you think about that?
Uh, that's very interesting, huh?
Yeah,
Very, very interesting how that works. Um, if Bernardo were to leave, I would love to see Rodrigo join the City squad because he's young, he's a gun, and the kid's good, dude. And maybe one season with Pep Guardiola could be really, really good for him, you know. So that would be amazing to see. I hope it happens.
you know what? I don't think it's going to happen. It's because Rodrigo already made comments post the Champions League final about how he hasn't heard anything. It's not related. Yeah. So I mean,
But
but
don't
to
they
be honest,
always say that?
well, yeah, they say that, but like to be honest though, I don't think Rodrigo has the profile to be a City player. Like the personality and temperament. I mean, the person that I get from Rodrigo is that Real Madrid kind of lets personalities flourish,
Hmm.
and you can't be a prima donna in the City squad. And like that's when you saw like someone like Cancelo who got kind of too big for his
Mm.
britches and he got yeeted from the squad promptly. I don't think he has a profile of me. He's a great player, you know what I mean? He plays for Real Madrid and he scored a goal against us, you know what I mean? But I don't think he'd be a City player. You know what I mean? I just don't see that. I mean, as I mentioned, I think in through text to you that I'd rather see Jamal Musiala. Musiala is a City player. You know what I
Mm.
mean? That
Yes,
dude's a
yes,
City
yes,
player.
yes.
I don't think Rodrigo's a City player. I don't even think I would not take any former Real Madrid player in my squad, even though they're great players and stuff. I'm sure I would not take any former Real Madrid players just because you know that like what's Real Madrid? Real Madrid is an all-star team, and like I just see their attitudes on the pitch. I don't like any of them,
Hmm.
and knowing what Pep likes people who are kind of just hard nosed. They just
Yes.
like they stick their mind to training. They don't act out super you know, they don't act out and they're just focused on excellence, you know what I mean? And being and focused on their role in the team because if they get too big for their role for the team, then that's when they get yeeted, like Joao Cancelo, you know what I mean?
Hmm. Hmm.
So yeah, interesting, but no, I want to have him. Um, Another interesting thing is there's a lot of goalkeeper talk about City. So Mike Magnon, how you say that last name, the AC Milan goalkeeper, has been linked to City. Well, what do you think about that?
That's also a good goalkeeper. And if Ederson wants to take a measly $30 million to go to Saudi Arabia, I mean, be my guest. But we're gonna see you wanting to come back. So, I mean,
Mayon, yeah,
that's
Ma-
also one that I don't see happening, brother. Especially that one. I don't
you
think
don't see it
Ederson.
happening.
Nah, I don't think Ederson ain't going nowhere, brother. I don't think so. This is
Hmm.
it's too good to be true to walk away from a 5 in a row title, dude. You know what I mean? Like, why would
Yeah.
you walk away from that? Another chance at the Champions League, another chance at. Come on, man. You know? No, I don't think so. Maybe next season, maybe the season after, he'll be gone. But I think a lot of these guys are gonna stick around for the ride, except for Bernardo, uh, and your boy Sergio
No,
Gomez.
I think Bernardo's staying.
Really?
I don't think there's really any opening for him for a move to Spain. Barcelona's in a financial shambles. Real Madrid is locked in now. They got Mbappe, and I don't think they need Silva. Um, PSG, I think, just said that they're no longer interested in Silva, and I think he's staying. I think he's staying. Um, you
Okay.
know, yeah. Um, it just talks a little bit about the our goalkeeper situation and how do we solve that for next season? I mean, I think honestly we need to pay Ederson. Well, I'm not sure what Ederson's contract looks like, but we definitely got to pay Ortega and keep both of those guys around and use them and rotate them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I think that's the
Yeah.
way we solve our goalkeeper crisis. I think looking for other people won't solve the goalkeeper crisis. It's going to only push people out. Like Ortega is like, I guess, West City's position on Ortega is they want him to stay, but they also will acknowledge like and let him go if he wants to be a number one keeper elsewhere. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I think he wants to go to Germany and play. I think definitely he's up for being the next uh what's it Munich goalkeeper. Um, he could definitely do that. But I think it's in City's best interest to keep both Ederson and Ortega and find a way to play them both so they get equitable playing time. But I like both, and they need to keep both because also in the mix is Michael Zetterer from Werder Bremen is another goalkeeper that's in the mix. But like as I said before, I think the solution is to keep both Ederson and Ortega. So
Yeah.
yeah, what's it? Phil Foden has 6 Premier League titles and is now ranked in the top of uh, Premier League players that have multiple Premier League titles. Uh, to mention who's number one in Premier League titles, we're talking about players that have the most Premier Leagues. Ryan Giggs has 13 Premier League titles because he played on every single team of who's it of Sir Alex Ferguson, who won 13 Premier Leagues.
That's right.
So Giggs was present on all 13. So do you think Phil Foden can beat that record in his
I think
career?
I think he'll get more.
You think he'll get more?
Yes.
Yeah. I
Yes.
mean, because Giggs played on United till 40. So
Oh, shit.
Phil Foden is right now is 24 and he's won 6. So
26.
I think one thing though that will be dependent on that will be if Pep Guardiola stays around. Because I think a lot of Phil Foden's successes can be attributed to Pep. Yeah. So Pep, is because what's one bit of news I had on here is that the city's giving Pep Guardiola till Christmas to decide his future. So we'll know Pep's future by Christmas time. So, but we all know that Pep has other plans. He's a 10-year man. He doesn't want to he kind of like switch things up after 10 years. He's been at City for a long time. I think he's been at City longer than Barcelona and Bayern Munich, and he's done as much of things at and but than any of those clubs. So, but I think I think he's looking to go coach international and see where that takes him. But what do you think? Well, do you think? Well, I think you think that he might stay around.
Um, I wish that Kyle Walker didn't do that Wolf of Wall Street little promo when he decided to stay.
Yeah.
because it would have been really nice if Pep was to do it and come back for another 5 years or something like that. That
Yeah.
would have been perfect. But uh, it's like I say, it's like what I say about Haaland and Phil Foden. Is like, why would you leave? Stay here, be the kings of Manchester, the gods, and just right off into the sunset with your career, winning titles every now and then. I mean, it's gonna happen throughout your career. You know what I mean? But
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think Pep shares that same sentiment of a lot of City fans that
yeah,
want to see City eclipse United in terms of trophies. I don't think he necessarily has to win as many trophies as Sir Alex Ferguson to prove that he's the best Premier League manager. I think you can make a case that Pep is one of the best Premier League managers of all time. I think really it's Sir Alex Ferguson and Pep Guardiola that are the top two managers of the Premier League era. You know what I mean? And Sir Alex Ferguson defined excellence for United. He won 13 titles, but Pep has revolutionized football. I mean, Sir Alex Ferguson didn't really revolutionize how football was played in England. He just embodied it. But Pep changed football in England. Like, I mean, there isn't a team that plays or is influenced by Pep Guardiola.
yeah.
And he's won what, 6 titles now, and um, he doesn't really, or 6 or 7 titles now. He doesn't need um that kind of validation. He can walk in the sunset and he'd be the greatest, and he's right. He's in the conversation already. But like, I think every City fan wants to see him stay and win as many titles as Sir Alex Ferguson and stuff like that. But I don't think that's what he wants, and I think he's looking to get an international career. So
It's like
unfortunately, I'm counting him out as leaving next after next season.
it's like that meme with the girlfriend and the guy, and the guy's like looking back at the other girl.
Yeah,
It's like Pep and the four titles, and then the World Cup title. You know what I mean? It's
yeah,
like he has his eyes set on something else right now.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we're just doing a speed run through some things. Sergio Aguero just celebrated his 36th birthday yesterday.
Yes, sir. Happy
Yeah,
birthday, Sergio Agüero.
so happy birthday, Sergio. You know, we can needs no introduction. He's what he's done for the club. I think another an interesting conversation point though is Haaland. I think the City fans are already starting to have this conversation where it's like Haaland or Sergio Aguero. Who's the better striker for the club? What you want to take a stab at that question, Will?
Two different, two different eras, two different players, same club. They're just the goats. To me, they're the goats.
Yeah.
You know what
I
I mean?
mean, I think I think one person was like, I think Aguero still has the edge in that conversation because um he had that the 93-20 moment helping City win their first Premier League title, and he scored how many goals for the club. So the jury's kind of still out on that conversation, but I would still say that the conversation kind of edges towards Aguero still. But I mean, I do agree with that. It's like it's two different eras, and they're just two different kinds of players. And I think both will sit as legends eventually at the end of their careers at City.
Hmm.
So I don't think we need to talk about who's better than the other. It just makes for conversation though. KDB ends the season with the most assists for the team. He has 17 assists.
Of course.
Phil Foden, okay, so 53 games, 27 goals, 12 assists. Saka, 47 games, 20 goals, 14 assists. So Foden over Saka.
Of course.
Yeah.
All day, every day.
Yeah. Enzo Maresca, the former assistant coach of Manchester City, is now the coach of Chelsea. Did you hear about that,
Hmm.
Will?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So once again, City acolytes going to coach other teams.
That guy
But
looks like he does not fuck around, dude.
yeah. Um so Jack Grealish it has confirmed there is no chance of his departure. There has been talk of Jack Grealish departing from Man City, but um, he confirmed it that there's no chance of him departing from the club. What do you think about that?
Good, great. We need a sub for Doku, and Doku needs a sub too. So that's perfect. Why would he leave?
Yeah. Julian Alvarez is going to play on the Argentinian Olympics team,
Nice.
uh, which means that he might miss the U.S. preseason tour.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right. Well, that sucks.
yeah.
But who else wouldn't want another piece of silverware free, courtesy of Lionel Messi?
Well, I don't think Lionel Messi's playing on the Olympics team, but
Really?
no, I don't think he would play on the Olympics team.
Because the coach, aren't you supposed to take like one person or two
Nah,
players that are older?
I don't
You
think
don't?
so. No,
Oh shit! I thought they still do that.
if Messi's not going to be on the Olympics team, I mean, I already know that. That's not happening.
What about like
Um,
Di Maria?
Maybe I don't know. We'll see who qualifies as an older player, but I guess Julian Alvarez can play with that. Cameron says 3 players over the age of 23.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Oh, of the. Oh, okay, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. Now I remember. All right, right, right.
yeah,
Yeah, I remember there was a weird rule like that.
yeah. So this this is a little bit of a, how should I say, um a black moment. But Sergio Gomez has been linked to Sporting Lisbon.
I saw that. I saw
Yeah,
that. Your boy right there, man.
yeah. And I
Yeah, it
took
was spinoff.
I took thorough joy on Instagram this weekend, commenting as Sergio Gomez in a parody account, saying that I ain't leaving, to on like all these like
Oh my
city
god.
accounts like that. I ain't going nowhere.
You're a fool, dog. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Watch him fucking see. He's like, what the fuck? Who's
I
out there fucking playing with my name, man?
it says parody, and
That's hilarious.
yeah, so I was taking thorough thing, and people were like acknowledging me like I was Sergio Gomez, like, but we love you, Sergio.
Yes, I love you too, my friend.
I love you too, my friend. uh, but yeah, I
That's
mean,
hilarious, dude.
but like he's also been linked to Galatasaray,
Yeah.
the Turkish club, but I think he will probably be leaving, and
Yeah.
that will suck because no more content. And but who knows? Maybe he will stay. We'll see what happens.
Hmm.
But we already kind of mentioned this in the podcast, but Bernardo Silva is linked to staying with City because of the lack of options of him to where he can go. The two options, the two big Spanish clubs, Barcelona, Real Madrid. Barcelona is a financial shambles. Real Madrid does. I don't think they need Silva, and PSG has already declined interest um in Bernardo Silva. So I think he's going to stay. So,
Damn. That
which is
I
good
wonder
for
what.
us.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I wonder what's gonna happen to PSG now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
Now that there's no fucking big dicks there, I wonder what's gonna happen. But
The
yeah.
drop off, and maybe just, I don't know, Marseille takes over. I know Cameron's listening to this, so I gotta be careful with what team I drop. He's gonna like be like, that's Italian. Sorry.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
What's it? Puton. But
Jesus.
but
Oh man, that's
but
funny.
but but what else? Oh, so there's this thing now called the KDB Cup. Did you hear about that?
Yes, I
Well,
did hear. I saw a little promotion about it on Instagram.
the KDB Cup is cities under 15s play KAA Ghent in Belgium, which I believe is KDB's first club,
Yes.
and they call it the the uh the um the KDB Cup, because the cities under 15s are playing KA again, and cities under 15s beat KA again, and to win the KDB Cup, and like KDB was on hand to be like the master ceremonies for this cup competition,
Awesome.
and so yeah, so hats off to the Man City under 15s who won that. So oh, okay, I stand corrected. He did not play for Ghent. He played for Genk,
Yeah. Genk. Yeah.
Genk, Racing Genk, in Belgium. But he's from Ghent. So taking a look at the thing. Did I cover everything? Yeah. Basically, that was all of the city news. Anything else, Will, you want to address before we move on to the Kippies?
Let's get going, man. Let's get going.
All right. So we have for you the part of the show that we build the show as the Kippies. So the idea behind the Kippies is to give player awards to players. Some of the awards are good awards. Some of the awards are joke awards. You know what I mean? Um, this way, it's supposed to be comedy, supposed to poke fun at the team, poke fun at certain players. It's all meant to be in the good of spirit and fun. We're not trying to, um, talk shit on players or whatever. You know what I mean? Like it has a tradition. So this comes from The Office. There was what's the Office Awards? What was it called? The Dundies or whatever.
Yeah, the Dundies. Yes.
The Dundies, and there's also in Hollywood it's something called the Razzies, where they give awards to the worst of films from the Oscar season, as like an alternate to the Oscars. So this is kind of it has a tradition of, of fake award ceremonies and giving players to things. So Will and I are going to take turns presenting awards. I'll provide context because I did write these awards. So if there's any context be provided. So, all right, Will, you have actually the first award. So, you can announce your award.
All right. Let's do this right. Dun, 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 dun. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2024 Hollywood Kippax Kippies. And the first award for player most likely to be out from work, Mr. John Stones. Here you go, sir. There you go. Put that on. Yeah, there you go. John
John
Stones. John
Stones.
Stones.
Dude is out from work all the time. All right.
Get your ass back in the pitch, man.
Yeah, that John Stones is like a supercar that breaks down every block. He just has a hamstring injury and he's out. And apparently he was nursing a injury in the last part of City's season so he could play in the Euros. That's what the story is. All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I got my next award. So this award goes to the most John Stones like player in the City squad for the 23-24 season. And this player goes to Manuel Kanji.
Yeah. What the fuck?
I did a meme about Manuel Kanji. I'm not sure if you observed this, but
No.
I think my theory is that Pep was trying to make Manuel Kanji turn into John Stones. Like
Yeah.
he wanted him to do John Stones like things. So that's why I did the meme. It's like, come on, do John Stones like things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like invert, push the lineup forward. Maybe get into a goal involvement. But yeah, I just thought that he was the most John Stones like player in the absence of John Stones.
Yes. Manuel
So
Kanji, I did not write these.
yeah.
All right. All right.
You're up next, Will.
For the next award, most likely to turn into a goal scoring monster, Erling Haaland. There you go, buddy. Put that on, dog. There you go. Yeah. Well deserved. Well deserved.
Erling Haaland. People were talking shit on him this season. That dude just turns into a goal scoring monster when he needs to be.
Yes,
You
yes,
know what I mean?
yes,
He put 5 past Luton. You know what I mean? Remember that game?
yes. That was
Yeah,
beautiful.
that was beautiful. All right, I got the next 2 awards. Okay, so this award is the Downturn Player of the Year. This is not an award, a shining award. It's not an award that anyone wants to get, but through conversations with other podcasters, Man City podcasters in the space, this player did not have that great of a season. You know what I mean? Compared to other previous seasons. Um, it says a lot because this player has won every Premier League title every season he's been in the Premier League. He's been in the Premier League for 4 seasons now, but he didn't have a good season. He didn't have it's compared to the other seasons. So unfortunately, we went out the award the Downturn Player of the Year to Ruben Diaz.
Damn. What?
Womp womp
Oh yeah. Oh, I
womp
mean,
womp
yeah. Fucking let's clap. We'll clap.
womp
Hey.
womp. Okay, what's it? Colby, you're right. He is a Downturn Player of the Year.
There you go.
Um, all right. The next award is a glowing award. It's the Giga Chat Award. The Giga Chat Award is for this player. This looks like the meme, and because he has a decent ass beard, and he is a Giga Chad. You know what I mean? He just scores goals when he wants, scores goals with both feet. He does dance around players with the ball. He initially started off kind of unsure, but this guy became a monster after Real Madrid.
Hmm.
So the Hollywood Kippax Giga Chat Award for the 23-24 season goes to Josko Gvardiol.
Oh, nice. There you go. The Giga Chat Award. What the?
He looks like the Giga Chat meme.
He does. He does. He does. We got to do a side by side on that shit.
Yeah, I gotta do it side by side. Anyhow, okay, so Will, you got the next award.
Yes. 2024 Hollywood Kippax Kippy Award. Player with the best song for them. The young gunner, Oscar Bob. Hey, there you go,
Uh,
Oscar. Put that on,
Oscar
dog.
Bob Bob Bob. Oscar
Oscar
Bob
Bob,
Bob
Bob,
Bob.
Bob. Yes,
Ole
sir.
ole ole ole. Oscar
Oscar
Bob
Bob,
Bob
Bob,
Bob.
Bob,
Oscar
Bob,
Bob
Bob,
Bob
Bob.
Bob.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
I
Yeah, I like
definitely
that
get
one.
the best award. So congratulations to Oscar Bob for having the best song for him. We're now going to the Jesus Christ Award. This player exemplifies the embodiment, the values of Jesus Christ,
What the
his
fuck?
saving like abilities,
Oh yeah.
and he's a redeemer. He's just the embodiment of Jesus Christ. This award goes to Stefan Ortega.
Hey,
Hey.
well deserved, man. Thank you.
Thank you for
Thank you.
saving
Thank
our
you.
season with that one save,
Appreciate it, man.
Jesus Christ.
Yes. All right. For the next award, the player likely to get himself injured, Mr. Ederson. There you go. Put that on, buddy. There you
Ederson.
go. There you go. There you go, man.
Bro got himself
Woo!
injured all season.
Yeah, all season he got knocked out. He
He
got
got
fucking kneed in the face. He got his eye socket broken. Jesus Christ.
he
Poor
was he
fucking guy.
yeah. He did come out and like during the Liverpool match and like he didn't have to do that and he got injured. Um but all right. So the next award, I got this next award. The
Nice.
next award goes to the heavyweight Manchester City Inter Squad Wrestling Champion. Goes
Oh.
to Mr. Scott
Oh, what
Carson.
the fuck? Yeah. All right. Hey.
Boys. He's the Inter Squad Wrestling Champion. You know what I mean?
Oh shit.
Undefeated, never lost.
Oh damn. Okay. Oh yes. Okay. I've
From the
seen clips of that
from the
on.
Treble documentary. You
Yes.
watched?
Yes.
Did you
Yes.
watch the Treble
Yes.
documentary?
Yes. They were also showing little clips of that of on Inside City.
Yeah.
All right. All right. All right. Here we go. The next one. 2024. The Spurs Slayer Award goes to Nathan Ake. Hey, there you go. Put that on, buddy.
Hey,
Congratulations.
he broke the
Congratulations.
curse.
There you go.
He's a
He's a
Spurs Slayer.
hero.
He's a
He's a
hero.
hero. Yes, sir.
All right.
All right.
Okay. So I got the next two awards.
Okay.
Um, this player, he was kind of MIA this season. Pep, he just, Pep controls the playing time. You don't know what where he's up to, but I can only assume what this guy was doing on his off time. Most likely to be kickboxing goes to Rico Lewis.
Oh, hey, there you go.
I can
Congratulations,
assume
Rico.
that he was probably kickboxing a lot this year.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
Right there, sparring with his pops.
And this next award, I took this award because this joke's heavy. All right, and I didn't want to have you give you this joke, Will, because it's not your joke. This is my joke
Yeah.
entirely. Okay, I'll take the responsibility for the flag for this award. Okay, so City, we're all about family. The
Uh-huh.
family, the Family Man Award goes to Kyle Walker.
Oh God, no. Why? Why? I mean, I don't even know what to do to that, dude. Jesus
Bro,
Christ.
okay. Kyle Walker, I'll give it to him. That guy can compartmentalize his life because that dude had a chaotic personal life, family life, and what he was up to for like 3 seasons. And this guy was able to win trebles and Premier League titles for the club despite what was happening on the pitch. And we didn't really get to know about it until a certain point. I don't want to like excuse behavior. It is kind of piece of shit behavior. You know what I mean? But like just the fact that he was able to compartmentalize himself and keep business on the pitch while he was, doing his thing. You know what I mean? Is interesting. It should be a case study, like how you compartmentalize that. I wouldn't have been able to compartmentalize that. I mean, I need my life on the pitch as peaceful as possible so I could do well on the pitch. That's would be my philosophy. But somehow Kyle Walker did what he did, and he still was able to win. So I'll leave it there. Family
And
Man
that's
Award.
at Alex Millage official.
That's Alex Miller's official. Sorry, guys, I had to go there for
Get him, Kyle.
the for the joke. All right,
All
got
right,
do for the bit. All
there you
right,
go.
next up, you got this award. Will, go ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Glow Up of the Year award, Mr. Kevin De Bruyne. Hey, there you go, man. Put that on. The luscious hair, the
Lush,
beautiful comeback when you came back and won us that game 3-2 against Newcastle. And what
the
else?
the teeth, the teeth.
The teeth.
Uh,
The teeth?
yeah, you got new teeth, dude.
Oh shit, he did? Oh,
Yeah,
I never paid attention to that. Oh
bro,
shit.
that totally got new teeth.
Well, whoever
Okay,
did it, amazing job. You get an award too.
I need to go see that Cosmic Dentist. Cosmetic
Seriously.
Dentist. Um, all right, next award, the Late Season Player Award. So this Late Season Player Award goes to the player that played the best in the late part of the season. I kind of mentioned it earlier that this player did well in the late part of the season. He had a great game against Bournemouth early in the season, and then he had there was a time that he was kind of on a downturn, but then he came back and had a great late season run. The Late Season Player Award goes to Mr. Jeremy Doku.
Well deserved. Well deserved. Well deserved. Beyonce had one of the best albums of all time. Get out of here, Kanye. All right. This next award goes to the Sickest Handbrake Award. Mr. Mateos Nunez. Oh my God, that was gross. Gross,
That
gross, gross,
that
gross,
was
gross.
sick. That was a sick handbrake.
Yeah.
Dude, I gave that one to you. I wrote that one for you because I know that you were all over that shit. You did the video for that. So like that's gotta hurt.
And that's at Got People in the City on
Yeah,
Instagram. That's famous.
yeah. You can see that
God.
over and over again. All right. So we're giving out the Most Improved Award. Most improved awards tend to be given to the suckiest player, but this player did improve this season, and I saw it. And I want to give him credit for it. He came to the squad from a club that another top 6 club. He didn't really fit in at first, and people were like, "Well, he's just not that kind of midfielder." But he I can see that he's starting to fill in for something in the squad. He's starting to gel into the squad. So I'm going to give the most improved award to Mateo Kovacic.
Wow. Yep. All right. I'll agree with that one. Yes,
Mateo
sir.
Kovacic, most improved.
Well deserved. Well deserved. All right.
Yeah.
This next one
Oh, I
is
got
the
the
play.
next one.
Oh, okay. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. So this award, once I say it, I don't need to explain this award, but best choke out goes to Rodri for Morgan Gibbs White.
Yeah. Woohoo! Oh
Best
yeah, we
choke
love that
out.
one. What a choke.
That was a great choke.
Yes, yes, yes. More of that, Rodri. All right, here we go. This next one is the player link to the most clubs, but is most likely to stay. Ladies and gentlemen, Bernardo Silva. There you go. Hey, there you go.
Bernardo
Barca,
Silva.
wherever we want to go. We'll see you next season, buddy.
Yeah, we won't be seeing you there. You'll be seeing it right back here, right back at training. All right.
That's funny.
So this is now Clutch Player of the Year award. This player stepped in for an important person at the beginning of the season and scored goals when he needs to. He comes on typically as a second half sub, and he sometimes gets that goal that we need to clutch up and win a game. This guy's won everything. So in his young career, and I mean, what could be said about this man? But the Clutch Player of the Year award goes to Julian Alvarez.
Wow. Well deserved. Congratulations, Mr. Julian Alvarez.
Well
All right.
deserved.
All right. All right. Well deserved. All right. This next one, the grandfather of all time, the most, the words that move the world, and the tactical movements that shake up the fucking EPL, the motivator of the year, Mr. Pep Guardiola. There you go, buddy. Oh yeah. There
Pep
you go,
Guardiola.
coach. Pep, 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 Pep,
Pep, Pep,
Pep,
Pep,
Pep,
Pep,
Pep.
Pep, Pep forever. Um,
Pep forever.
Pep. I mean, the things that he says in that second half changes things. It changes the momentum of the game. So he definitely is the motivator of the year. So with the motivator of the year, we also have villain of the year.
Whoa.
Oh, so this award goes to a player or a personality figure in the media. It could be anyone that represents the villainy, the scum, the anti-city, and I have the player in mind for this. So this player came out and said that Liverpool's one Premier League title and one Champions League title means more than City's titles because Liverpool did it right. And this player thought that winning a League Cup was impressive, and he said incendiary stuff. You know what I mean? Just means more to Liverpool than City. But the villain of the year goes to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Boo!
Fuck off.
Fuck off! Boo!
Boo,
Trent
bollocks.
Alexander-Arnold. Boo! Trent.
Give me that shit back. Oh shit. Okay, for the next award, the Hollywood Kippax Consistency Player Award. None other but the homegrown Mr. Phil Foden. There you go, man. Woohoo! Yeah. Here's one for away too. Here you go, little buddy. There you go.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen.
I actually got the last award.
Oh, nice. Let's go.
So, I wrote these awards. I wrote the jokes behind them. So I get this last one, and I'm sure Will is going to laugh and roll his eyes when he says this when I say this award.
Okay.
But there was a player of the year, and that was Phil Foden, and I believe we all agree with that. Phil Foden was this great year, but let us have our moment on Hollywood Kippax and select our player of the year. Okay, we're looking for an alternate player of the year. So this player, just as an observation, is the most peripheral player in this senior squad. He is the most peripheral. He doesn't get the most playing time. He comes on when games are pretty much done, signed, and delivered, signed, sealed, delivered. You know what I mean? Comes on, but when he goes on, he does look dangerous. He looks dangerous. He can often get, some shots on goal or some shots near goal. You know what I mean? This guy, this guy looks very threatening. You know what I mean? He comes on at not so important games and some not important competitions. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And he does the business. It's unfortunate that he's probably leaving in the summertime. You know what I mean? Before he was given his moment to really be a full city player, and realize what he could do. But he's still very young in his career, and he could go anywhere and be a number one player for them. But he's been the mascot for this podcast. You know what I mean? He's been a mascot. He is the kind of like the yeah. He's a mascot. You know what I mean? Like he's just the person that represents this podcast. People know him as like we're known by him now. Like that we're the podcast that stands this guy the most. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we're identifiable with him. We created a whole ass cartoon series about this guy.
Yeah.
And and we created merch around this guy. You know what I mean? I think Will's already rolling his eyes. He's already done multiple eye rolls at this point. But the Hollywood Kippax alternate player of the year award goes to Mr. number 10, Sergio Gomez.
Oh. Woo-hoo! Wow, what an intro. What an intro for
No,
Sergio
he's
Gomez.
21. Shit. Mr. Sergio Gomez.
There you go. Woo! Woo, we love him.
So
That's a Gomez.
that's the Kippies. It ends with the alternate player of the year. We had some awards, we had some laughs. I'm probably going to get canceled for
Yeah.
the Family Man Award.
And
But
and Jack Grealish maybe next year.
oh shit, we didn't even write a Jack Grealish award. Fuck, we got to do it on the fly now.
Oh shit.
Oh man.
Shit.
Yeah, we didn't do Jack Grealish award. God damn it. Oh, it's just quickly. Let's do an award before we get the Jack Grealish.
There you go.
Jack Grealish.
There you go. The drunk
Um,
award.
the Party Boy Award.
The
Boom.
Party Boy Award.
Yeah. That dude's always on a vibe. Party Boy Award goes to Jack Grealish.
Woo, we love you. I'll drink to that. Woo.
Yeah. Is there anyone else that we forgot that we omitted? I mean, I'm pretty sure we got everyone.
Yeah, we got everyone.
We got the senior squad. I mean, we can't give one to Michael we could have given the Micah Hamilton or whatever, but that just would have been too much. And but we got everything with the Jack Grealish Award now.
There you go.
Okay.
Woo!
So that being said, that has been the Kippies. Hope you enjoyed that. And yeah, that concludes our episode. Some updates about our podcast. We're regrowing our Instagram following. We're like 330 followers now.
Shut up.
Yeah, we got
wow, awesome.
And so we have one thing that's good that we've basically found our diehards. You know what I mean? Our diehards found us. You know what I mean?
They found us again.
So we have our core following, but we want to grow it back to where it was. We had 2,000 followers at the end of the season. You know what I mean? And keep this podcast growing, get it out to as many citizens as possible.
Yeah.
Shout out to Omar from Hollywood MCFC who won our kit giveaway.
Hey.
So Omar, the homie Omar. Um, he's the first local West Coast fan to win the kit giveaway because
Awesome.
all of our kit giveaways have been European winners besides Dimitri, who was from New Jersey. But Omar winning that is our first California local winner of the award. So,
Nice.
and
Congratulations, Omar.
we're actually going to. I spoke with him on the last day of the season, and we're going to try to get him on the podcast. Uh,
Nice.
so, anyway, so yeah, so shout out Omar. But this is just a reminder to follow us. You can follow us on Instagram at Hollywood Kippax Official, and then at Hollywood Kippax across all the other social media. So Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok. Follow us across all there. We're on the road to 1K.
Mm-hmm.
Subscribing to us on YouTube enrolls you in our kit giveaway.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I mean, we're we're going to do content all summer along Summer in the City series. We just did our season overview, and I believe next week we are going to be evaluating player performances. So grading player performances, talking about players, and maybe talking about the summer transfer window if anything has advanced since then. But it's still very early in the summer window, and we got the Euros upon us too. So might be talking a little bit about that. But
Nice.
otherwise, yeah. So follow us across all social media platforms. Will, is there anything else you want to say before we sign off?
This was the best Kippy Awards ever. Woo!
First Kippies awards ever. But we do it in jest, and we do it because we love this team.
Yes.
And a team. This is a perfect team. We strive for excellence, but also we got to humanize it a little bit, and
Yes, sir.
there's some interesting dimensions to this team, and we just wanted to honor that
Yes.
with these awards. So yeah, we hope you enjoy it. Yeah, I mean, this is a podcast that your girlfriend tells you to not worry about, and this is a podcast that also supports the best team in the land.
The best team in the world. Come
Come
on,
on,
City.
City. Come
Come
on,
on.
City. Come
Come
on.
on, you blues.
No. Cheers. It's going to be biblical, man. See you next week.
Here we go. Follow, follow,
Oh,
follow.
follow.
City's taking the piss, and you know
No.
all that money you spent since Ferguson left, and you'll never win four in a
No.
row. See you next week.
Cheers.